Well, we live weird lives too because most people can't. When we say things like it's important to be healthy, but it's important to enjoy yourself, most people even can't have that conversation.
Right.
Like most of the population is just fucking grinding.
Just trying to live.
They're just dragging their bodies across broken glass and trying to like hand off just enough to their kids and then fucking collapse in a heap of cancer.
Yeah, they're just trying
That's
to pay
most
the
life.
bills. They're just trying to pay the bills. Just stay one step ahead of the grave digger.
Or only 2.5 steps behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how most people live.
Right.
Like I was talking to my Blanche, my French pal, and I said, life is a zero-sum game. It's something I believe is it's a zero-sum game. Effort you put in and it comes back, but you end up at zero.
Right.
She said, for a lot of people, life is about a negative 500 some game.
Yeah.
And it's true. Some people, everything they can possibly do, they end up so fucked.
Yeah.
Just fucked for good, and it's just life is fucked.
And because of that, you have this attitude that life is fucked. So then that's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
I guess. I mean, it's
negative attitude.
There's
Negative
not
people.
much room for that kind of shit, though, in most people's lives. But in America, compared to everybody else, we're really doing great.
Yeah.
So we can have these long conversations about what's the right way to think and what's the right way to live, and all these many boutique things of here's how to feel better.
Yeah.
Because we're just kind of sitting around. We're just consumers. We're just consumers of the rest of the world. So.
I was watching this video where these guys were talking about, Lex Friedman and Andrew Huberman were talking about saunas and cold plunges and stuff like that, and like the benefits of it. They're two scientists.
Yeah.
They're talking about the provable benefits, heat shock proteins, cold shock proteins. And then I'm reading the comments where some guy was like, yeah, well, you guys aren't talking about is how much it costs to buy a sauna. You're making it seem like it's all free. And like what are you supposed to do? Like every fucking thing? You're like, I'm sorry if you're broke.
Oh, no, you have the conversation for people that can live that way.
Well, I mean, not just.
But it's just fun.
But it's not. It's not impossible to achieve. We're not talking about buying a fucking Lamborghini.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that there's something wrong with talking about that stuff because other people can't afford it. That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it's actually part of why people are miserable is because they're actually it's a ridiculous conversation. It's not like the earth and the experience of like competing for food and oxygen and living on Earth, and living in society and just being a person. We've got to some altitude here where we're having some stupid conversations that are just, should I do a cold plunge or a sauna? Like, what the fuck is that? It's not you should be ashamed because people can't afford it. I feel sorry for the guy in that conversation. It's like it's a ridiculous trying to find just the right balance because there's nothing really challenging you because you don't have any real problems and you're not on the earth. You're not standing on the earth anymore. You're in a bubble where you sort of like maybe I'll try this and maybe I'll just do protein now and I'll do, you know what I mean? And you'll never find a balance because that's not a normal life. That's not organic living. That's not living like a human being, You don't have a choice because,
but you have
what are you going to do? Be poor on
But you have a
purpose?
physical body. And if you have a physical body, there's things that are beneficial to your physical body.
Sure.
And if you choose to do those things, you'll have a better body. It'll work better. And if you choose not to do those things because you think they're ridiculous, so do you think, like, that's not organic living, that's not life,
Yeah.
this is not life. It is life. It's life, and people have invented shoes. The reason why they invented shoes is because rocks will cut your feet.
Yeah.
So they figured out shoes. Shoes are better than no shoes, right? Getting in a sauna and getting in a cold plunge is better for the physical body than not doing it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Lifting weights is better than not lifting weights because then you develop a strong body and don't lose your bone
100%
density.
all true.
Like, all these things are a part of life. You can just decide they're not
They're
organic.
part of life when you've removed yourself from the food chain and from real life. They become part of life.
If you're not getting eaten by tigers, yes.
That's right.
Yeah, but like we already figured that out. So like as we move to becoming a multiplanetary species,
that's what I'm
there's
saying.
a lot of things that you're going to figure out.